welcome to Real Deal Disney, giving you the real talk on all things Disney and Disney parks related for teens and young adults. Now, before we get into today's topic, allow me to introduce everyone, and including myself, that is going to be involved in today's competition. Anyway, I'm going to keep that. So we're just going to give our names and just a Disney fact about ourselves. Since I'm the host, I guess I'll start. Hi, everyone. My name's Michelle, and a Disney fact about me is I love Peter Pan.
Hey guys, I'm Monica, and a Disney fact about me is over the summer I visited Barcelona and went to all the spots where they filmed the Cheetah Girls too.
Hi, my name is Ayla, and a Disney fact about me is I collect Minnie Mouse plushes. I have over 130.
All right, now let's start into our topic today. We're going to be starting our First Timers series, which is basically talking about for anyone who's visiting Orlando or the Orlando area for the first time, or coming to live here for the first time. Maybe you've lived here in Florida, but you've just never gone to Disney. Basically, anyone who's been to Disney for the first time, this is your place to go. And today, we're going to be talking about what we must do, basically, when you get to Disney. This is basically like your initiation, would you say?
Enter the cult.
Enter the Disney cult.
Black Rose.
Induct yourself.
I think what we want, if you guys remember, do you guys remember your first experiences at Disney? I know it must have been, like, depending on your scenario, a long time ago or just recently.
I was a baby.
Like,
was
what's your
4.
first memory, basically?
Probably meeting Mickey.
So, like, that was, like, your main thing, meeting Mickey, which is, of course, one of the main things you have to do. You have to meet Mickey.
Especially now that he talks.
My first memory was getting lost in Mouse Gear. 10 out of 10, do not recommend.
Do not go into Mouse Gear.
Go into Mouse Gear, but know where you are and know where all members of your party are. It's very easy to get separated. You can't just say, I'm over here by the exit. There are 4.
That's funny. Okay, so basically what we're going to be doing to make it kind of easier for what people are talking about, we'll probably get back into these, but we're going to go through each of the parks, maybe some of the hotels you should visit, like just what you should do when you're on Disney property, basically. Now, okay, let's not get into the parks just yet. I wanted to talk more about the hotels, actually, because I've actually never stayed at a hotel,
Same
like
here.
myself.
I have also not stayed in a hotel. I have heard, but what I can say is I've heard that it's a very good experience, but for families that need lots of space or maybe have, like, not a huge budget, I would think that most people would want to save their money for the actual inside of the parks and merchandise than rather blowing most of their budget on hotels.
Would you rather stay at an off-property for family-wise?
I think that for a big family that's going to be spending a lot of money, they should try to save as much money beforehand.
Or, like, if you're going with, like, a big group or something like that.
Right, if you're going with a big group, you should try to save money by staying off-property. If you're going, like, just you and maybe your significant other or you and a best friend, staying on property, especially, like, pass holders or people with Florida discounts, Florida residency discounts, staying on property is not a terrible idea. But it's pricey, so find someone to split it with.
That's a good idea, splitting it off.
Especially if it's like your first time and you know you're not going to be back for a while.
Yeah, that's true for first-timers who are just going to go to Orlando, then leave. Which hotel do you guys would recommend for, like, the first-time visit? Even though you guys have never stayed in one, but just by, like, appearance and what you've heard, what do you think, like, first-timers should stay?
I've heard really good things about the Fort Wilderness Lodge. It's right near Magic Kingdom. At night, if you're still around, you can see the fireworks going off at Magic Kingdom, and from your window, you can see the electric boat parade that they do every night, weather permitting.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. What about you, Monica?
The only one I'm familiar with is the one that, I don't know what it's called, but the one that the monorail passes through, and I'm not that one.
Okay, so she doesn't recommend the Contemporary.
Yeah, are there any hotels that you don't recommend staying at?
Contemporary.
Besides Contemporary.
I wouldn't recommend staying at either the Contemporary, the Grand Floridian or the Polynesian, which, if you're unfamiliar, are the 3 that are connected to the Magic Kingdom via monorail. The only reason I say this is because of the monorail. They tend to be pricier, and all Disney property is pretty pricey as it is, and it's not hard to get from one place to another on property if you're staying on property. So if the whole appeal of the monorail is what's really selling you, don't let it, because it's only going to connect you to Magic Kingdom, and you're going to be paying probably double to triple just for that monorail.
A double to triple, wow.
Really bad for the people that have to, like, their rooms are, like, right where the monorail passes through.
Just hearing
That
it all the
would not
time.
be me. I'd be like, nope.
We need a refund. But personally, I like, it's more, not off property, but it's not in, like, one of the main ones. But I like the Art of Animation, just, like, because it's
I've heard
fun.
good things.
Yeah, I like how they have, like, a different, like, they have, like, 4 different hotels dedicated to different movies. So I think there's one for, like, Ariel, Lion King.
Nemo, maybe?
Yeah, Nemo is one, and then there's a 4th one that I can't remember. But they're all really cool, and they have originality. It's more set for kids, but if you love the kids side
If
of
you're
things,
like us and you're a kid at heart.
yes, if you're a kid at heart, I would definitely recommend the Art of Animation because I love it. It's just so cute. Okay, now that we've actually gone past hotels, probably not staying in one is your best bet. Just get an off-property one, unless you really want to. Let's talk about more getting into the parks. And I think we should actually, I usually save the best for last, but Magic Kingdom is like one of everyone's first choices. So I think that's the one people are going to benefit from the most. What do you guys think about must-dos at Magic Kingdom?
I mean, it's a no-brainer. You gotta ride the mountains.
All the mountains. All the
You gotta
mountains.
ride all the mountains.
Not kid-friendly, but it is. If you're an adult or if you're tall enough and you like roller coasters, the mountains are a good idea. I was going to start basic and be like #basic and say, you got to get a castle pick. Like, everyone gets the castle picks,
The castle.
but they're so worth it.
What do you recommend out of your castle pick? Like you're back to the or you're facing the castle, or like one of those jumping shots, or best like castle pick?
Don't know that people do the jumping shots. I've never really heard of that. Honestly,
I've
I would
seen it.
say just you and your group, or the people in your group that you're closest to, depending. I would just say get a great pic of you guys facing the camera, smiling, looking happy. You're in Disney. You gotta show that, oh my God, I'm in Disney. Look, I'm in front of the castle.
What are your thoughts on that, Monica? Castle picks?
The castle picks are a staple. I mean, you gotta. It's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You gotta do your castle pick.
Okay, any other rides? I know there's a lot of like rides that.
Small World is, well, not a fan favorite depending on the person because of the song, and I'm sure that the song will be stuck in your head. If you can't say that you've ridden Small World at least once, like, get out of my life.
Okay.
I would recommend some of the OG rides like Haunted Mansion, Jungle Cruise, Mad Tea Party. That's the ones that still hold up.
But there is one fan favorite that gets a lot of hype, and I think you guys know I'm bringing this up. Peter Pan.
I knew
Peter Pan.
So, here's the thing with Peter Pan.
You need to ride Peter Pan.
Peter Pan is a really fun ride. It's pretty unique as far as inside of Magic Kingdom. Don't want to get too spoilery if you've never ridden it, but think suspension on a boat. It's pretty cool, and it's a lot of fun. If you love Peter Pan or you just love classic Disney animation, it's highly recommended, but it always has a ridiculous wait. No one's really sure why, including the people that work there. Like, it's not more popular than, say, Small World, but it always has like a 75-minute wait. If you can snag a fast pass, that'd be awesome. Or maybe like go during, if you've got a second day at Magic Kingdom, wait until the fireworks are going. Go during the fireworks, or go during the parade if you've already seen the parade. but you should definitely see the parade or the fireworks over riding this ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the parade. That's definitely must.
That's
the
the-
parade.
Like the
Sit down,
3:00
watch
parade.
the parade. I know all of the words to the song.
And some of the dance too.
Some of the dance.
yeah, like they how many parades do they do 3 different parades. At least go see like
What?
I know.
I know.
one
Wait, what about the
There's a
the
night
move it?
parade. Isn't there
No,
a
there
night
isn't.
No,
The
there's no more
parade
night
is gone.
parade?
Yeah, there's no night
The
parade.
Move it, shake it parade.
Well, yeah, there's the move it and
The
shake
Move
it.
Shake It parade is really just like a giant mosh pit at the end of Main Street. Avoid at all costs.
Go around
Just watch
it.
the Festival of Fantasy parade. That's so
Festival of Fantasy. I would plant yourself down on the parade path, which is marked on the map. I would plant yourself around, I'd say, 45 minutes to an hour before the parade starts. And I would say that the best place to see it is the circle in front of the castle, the
Yeah.
courtyard. It is also the busiest place.
Yeah,
so
that's
you
everyone
might-
wants to see it there.
But it is the best place to see it. The worst place to see it is right where it comes out in Frontierland. So if you're going to try to see it for the first time, don't go to the opening of the parade. The parade floats are too spaced out. Like, it's not an enjoyable experience.
What are your thoughts about where you think you should see it, Monica?
I've seen it like I don't know, man. Like I watch it wherever. I have watched it at the beginning. I've watched it in the middle of. I mean, preferably. I don't have a preference. If I get like a good like seat, I'm good. Like I don't want to be standing like behind this giant. I can't see the parade.
Yeah, you have to get if you're height deficient in any way.
Definitely stand to watch the parade. Standing is better.
Yeah, and where was I going with this? I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, I also heard that the Liberty area is a good place to watch it.
That's a decent place. The only problem with the Liberty area is that sometimes you can get caught where it's turning, and it's not always fun to watch them turn.
Just watching
A really
them
good
turn.
spot is in front of the castle, over the bridge on the way to Liberty Square. There's this little place you can get funnel cakes. It has an official name. No one knows what it is. It's just the funnel cake place. Someone will tell you where it is if you ask for the funnel cake place. There's a bunch of tables with benches and stools. If you can get one that has a really good view of the bridge going into Main Street, that's a great place to watch the parade.
That seems like insider knowledge right there. Okay, so we talked about rides, we talked about the parade, and one major thing that happens, another major thing that most people do at Magic Kingdom, character meet and greets. What do you guys think? What are must characters you should meet? What are
Talking Mickey, as Monica said.
Yeah, we've already talked about Mickey. Any other characters you think?
If you like don't care about waiting, maybe a princess.
Yeah, the princesses are good. Like, it is a long wait.
It is a long wait.
What is it called again? It's like Royal
The
Table.
Royal Fairy Tale Hall.
Yeah, Royal Fairy Tale Hall. Do they still have the same princesses there?
Yeah,
or
it's always okay until they change them, like big announcement changes. Currently on the left side, you can meet Rapunzel and Tiana, and on the right side, you can meet Cinderella and Elena.
yeah,
Avalon.
Alana of
Elena of
Bleh.
Avalon. So those are the meet and greets. I think it's a lot of fun. A lot of adults will be like, "You're too old for this," but honestly, it's just so much fun to interact with them. They tell so many cute stories.
Mhm.
You can engage with them in ways that like maybe you wouldn't have appreciated if you were younger. It's a lot of fun, and if you have time to kill, I would do it, especially if you're like hot and sweaty and you need to like
Oh yeah,
you
air
need
conditioning.
The wait, they have too much air conditioning in that building.
They send all the air conditioning into that one area. Okay, that actually got me thinking about fur characters, because you can really interact with face characters. Like face characters, I mean like the princesses,
Characters that can talk to you.
Yeah, characters you can talk to. What about fur characters, like the ones in the costumes?
Fur characters, I think, are also a lot of fun for like pictures, but with the exception of the talking Mickey Mouse, I wouldn't wait for them. I would only go if I saw them and the line was like super short.
Does that include the Fab Five or like all of them?
Well, I have a personal inclination toward Minnie Mouse.
Yeah,
So
true.
it doesn't include Minnie Mouse. But everyone else, yes. But that's just me personally.
So if you favor any of the Fab Five, it is recommended that you go to one of those. I feel like you would. I think the only place you can see besides Pluto, you can meet Pluto up front, right, at the Main Street. Can you still do that?
I don't remember seeing him. I've only seen Stitch there. The Fab Five, just for the record, are Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, and Pluto.
Yeah.
So we're clear.
Daisy showed up late to the party.
Yeah, Daisy's a little late. You can meet Mickey up front. You can meet Minnie, Donald, and Goofy in their like circus clothes.
You can also meet Daisy there too.
And Daisy. I apologize.
Daisy's included in that.
Daisy in their like circus clothing in the what used to be Toontown. I don't know what it's currently called.
It's like circus.
The Fairy Tale Circus or something.
Yeah.
Fantasyland Circus, something like that. Who cares? It's Toontown in the giant Toontown tent. It's pretty cool up there. So you can meet those guys there. I don't remember where you can meet Pluto. Wow, we're such good authority.
No, I'm serious. I think you can meet him like at the front when you walk in.
Maybe sometimes he alternates with Stitch. I've really like the couple of times I've entered in the afternoon and I've only seen Stitch.
So he probably shows up more in the morning then.
There are time guides for all of this specific information that we are not looking at, but you certainly can.
Oh yeah, one thing you need to do is download the My Disney Experience app. It's not the greatest app in the world, but it does help you.
It makes things better.
It's my goal to redesign this app.
Gotta get Ayla to read this.
Again, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it does help you out with like character meet and greets and finding where they are and what times they meet.
It's also the best way to make fast passes. Like they do have kiosks, but at that point you're not gonna get good fast passes because you're in the park the day of.
Yeah.
There are no good fast passes left.
So the app is a great way. You will need to make an account.
You can like reserve restaurants.
Yeah, you can reserve restaurants there too.
It's a lot easier than calling Disney, even if you might have to try once or twice.
Okay, so let's get out of Magic Kingdom because I feel like we've talked about everything we need to talk about.
Epcot, let's
Add
go
some
Epcot.
things. you want to go to Epcot?
Let's go to
Let's
Epcot.
travel to
She
Epcot.
already knows the one.
Where should we go to in Epcot for first timers?
You definitely, once again, I'm going to be discussing pictures. You definitely need a picture of yourself holding the ball.
Holding
Like,
the ball.
that's
like a leaning tower of
like
pieces.
a leaning tower, but instead of a leaning tower, you're the base of the ball. Why am I gesturing my arms? No one can see me. So you definitely want to take a picture, and then while you're in front of the ball, take a ride on it. Spaceship Earth, lots of fun. Kind of history, but it's a really nice ride. It's really cool to see the history as
Cool as an AC too.
cool as an AC too. It's really amazing just to look at it. It's got so many animatronics. It's just a lot of fun. It's narrated by Judi Dench, and she's got a very pleasant to listen to voice. Fun times, you know. And when you get out of there, you get to take this photo on the ride, and you get to make your life in the future thing, and you can email it to yourself as a postcard. Free memorabilia from Disney. Who would have thought?
That's actually a really good point. I think I've tried emailing it once, but it didn't work. So
Sometimes it goes to your spam filter, so definitely make sure you type your email well because the pad is kind of like iffy, and also make sure that you check your spam folder.
that's a good tip right there. All right. What else in Epcot?
Well, you gotta walk around. You gotta walk around. you gotta taste the foods of the different nations, man.
What foods would you guys recommend? You definitely like. This is where you should eat at.
On or off of the Food and Wine Festival?
Well, since we're talking about the World Showcase, like she was talking about walking around the world, where in the world, basically? Where in the world should you eat?
One of my personal favorites is the if you're looking for sit down, I really enjoy the sit down restaurant in Mexico, and I really enjoy the sit down restaurant in France, Chefs de France. There are 2 sit downs, but Chefs de France is pretty pricey, so if you're poor, don't go there. But if you're going for like just while you're walking around quick service food, I would definitely recommend probably Japan is pretty good, I like. And a lot of people recommend Italy. I'm not a pizza person, so personally I don't see it one way or the other, but I've heard good things. And if you want pastries, go to the France pastry shop. Personal recommendation, the chocolate eclair.
What about you, Monica? Any place?
I'm not good with names, but it's also if you want to splurge on food, God, what's the one
What
Canadian steakhouse?
Okay.
La Cellière.
Is that wait? That's pricey. Okay.
It's like $60 for a
Yeah.
steak.
Okay. Then yeah.
But if you want to sample the La Cellière steak, they do have it at the Food and Wine Festival in Canada,
So if you're first timing during the Food and Wine,
which starts August 31st.
I think we'll be having another section on that having to do with Food and Wine because we always talk about Food and
Oh
Wine.
yeah, but it'll be after we get to like eat a little bit.
Yeah, we need to sample everything because they got rid of South Korea apparently, which is like big to everyone.
Our friend Gabby is still mourning. Am I wrong?
Yeah, but I think most of the time I go and eat at Mexico most of the time when it comes to food.
So-
I actually eat in America sometimes.
America is one of the only ones where you get a discount as a pass
Yeah,
holder.
yeah,
So
that's
the
true.
American quick service, it's nice to go in because you get 20% off. Is it 20 or is it 10?
I think it's 20 actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you get 20% off in the America Pavilion. So if you're not hanging around and looking for good food, or you're just particularly starving, like it's got 20% off if you're a pass holder. So
Yeah, and it's kind of weird though since you are American. Like most of us are American.
why do we need an America Pavilion? Is the question.
Because Walt Disney loves America.
Colonial America.
Walt Disney loves America.
May he rest in peace.
All right, okay.
We're
so,
missing a ride.
Soren.
Yes.
yeah. Well, most of the rides or some of the rides are gone now.
Well,
or not.
lots
gone.
of people love the Frozen ride. I personally don't find it worth the wait or the waste of a fast pass. What do you
Okay.
think?
Well, I've only been on the ride once, and it was fun from my experience. I was confused because I didn't know where the picture was because they take like this secret picture of you where
While
you
you're
have no
falling.
idea where it is or where the camera is or anything like that. So, I mean, it was fun, but we were waiting for the longest of time, and we just got over it. But the ride was fun. I will say that. The ride was fun, in my opinion. So there's not that many rides when it comes to Epcot except for what are the names?
There is Soren, Journey into the Imagination with Figment.
Oh
In-
yeah, I forgot about that one.
In the Imagination Pavilion next to Figment, there are 3D movies, the short films that play in front of some of the Disney animated features. I think right now it's Feast, Get a Horse, and Piper, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me.
Oh, great
Piper's
choice.
so cute.
And then there's also the Living with the Land, which is next to Soren. Not a high recommendation. It's kind of cool to see it's one of the places you get to see backstage Disney, but if it's in the middle of the day, I wouldn't go because you do go through greenhouses and it gets kind of hot in there. And there is Mission Space. They apparently just revamped Mission Space. I have not been on it since it was revamped. I have been at home this summer, so I haven't seen it. It's kind of a claustrophobic ride, not a must-do in my opinion.
Test track.
Test track.
Oh yeah,
is fun.
Test Track is a fun one.
It's the fastest ride at Disney World. It goes up to 59 point something miles per hour. It's fun if you like fast. It's a good thing to fast pass. The line is kind of boring if you're waiting in the actual line. But going fast is fun. And everyone always says, "Oh, but I go 80 miles an hour in my car." Yes, but you have to like drive your car and pay attention. You can't just like sit back and enjoy the speed.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, actually thinking about this, like, you know, we kind of went into this with Magic Kingdom, but like since there are so not as many options as there were in Magic Kingdom, what would you recommend for fast passes? Like, what would you say these are the 3 fast passes
For
we should
Epcot?
use? Yeah,
Well,
for Epcot.
Epcot has tiered fast passes for one thing. I don't remember what's on the tiers. I think that Test Track shares it with Frozen and Soarin',
Yeah.
and I always have trouble choosing between Soarin' and Test Track, but I think ultimately Fast Pass Soarin' and just single ride Test Track. And then I don't know. I don't really use all 3 of my fast passes at Epcot.
Epcot is something I rarely visit. Like, it's out of all the parks, I think it's one of the least I visit next to Animal Kingdom. Like, I think I
Now
visit.
Hollywood Studios.
Well, I just went to Hollywood Studios not too long ago. What about you, Monica? What about you, Fast Pass wise? What do you think is
Fast Pass-wise?
Yeah, what do you need
Me,
Fast
fast
Pass?
pass wise. I don't know. I rarely visit Epcot too. I mean, now that I have a pass, like when I visit it, it's not for very long.
Am I the only person that loves Epcot?
Okay, Epcot has its charms. It's just I don't see myself I feel like it's mostly a foodie place. Like if you're a foodie.
It's got a really good atmosphere.
It does.
Yeah, I think with the I don't know what it is about Epcot. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I just haven't had the right experience going there yet. But
Gotta go with me more.
yeah, when it comes to Epcot, my mind just goes blank sometimes thinking about what's there and what to do. Cause like, I don't know. When it comes to rides, it's not a ride place.
Should we discuss the fireworks at Epcot?
There are fireworks at Epcot. I thought it was just wait. Are we talking about Illuminations?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I've never
So
seen
Illuminations it's called Illuminations Reflections on Earth. It plays at 9 p.m. pretty much like every day without fail, unless it's literally like hailing and tornadoing. Without fail, it's gonna play. They bring out this giant globe into the middle of the World Showcase Lagoon, which is where all of the countries are. And you can view it from anywhere around the World Showcase Lagoon, barring some trees and a couple random spots. And it's pretty dynamic. It doesn't have the most interesting soundtrack, but the fireworks are pretty. And then at the very end, all of the countries light up, and it's really pretty. It's enjoyable. You don't have to see it more than once, but like it'd be nice to just stop once in a while and just watch it. I don't know. You can watch it while you're walking too. It doesn't require as much attention as say Happily Ever After, but it's a good show. It's got very relaxing music, and the fireworks are cool.
Yeah, I've never seen Illuminations, so that's why I kind of forgot about it.
Have you seen it, Monica?
No.
Clearly, I spend the most time at Epcot of the 3 of us. So let's move parks.
Okay, do you guys think we should talk about Hollywood Studios?
Is there anything
or
at Hollywood Studios where
Fantasmic.
True. Go to Fantasmic at night. Go to Hollywood Studios at night for Fantasmic and just leave.
They cannot get rid of Fantasmic.
They
might be
shouldn't get rid of
revamping it, but that's
Revamping
fine.
Yeah,
is different,
revamping it
yeah.
is fine, but getting rid of it, like you cannot
Riots
get
will
rid of it.
happen.
But honestly, currently, that's the only thing really, really worth it. Like, I guess there's Tower of Terror and the Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah.
But aside from that, it looks like a war zone. Literally. Because there's so much construction.
Yeah.
So let's get out of Hollywood Studios, guys.
So no Star Tours? No Star Tours at all?
It's not worth going there for.
It's not worth going. Okay.
It's not worth going to that park to ride Star Tours.
Unless
If you-
you're a huge Star Wars junkie, I
And
would
even
say.
if you are, wait until Star Wars Land opens up.
That's
honestly.
true. That's true.
Like, it's fine, but once Star Wars Land opens up, it'll be much cooler. So if you're a Star Wars junkie, like, just wait for Star Wars Land.
yeah.
No one needs to see Hollywood Studios in its current state.
just avoid. Hollywood Studios doesn't exist right now.
What 4th park? There are only 3 parks.
There are only 3 parks right now. One is in hiatus. Okay, let's move on to Animal Kingdom. There's been a lot going on in Animal Kingdom this past year, I
Either
think.
of you guys seen Pandora?
No.
I have not gotten the opportunity. I've been so busy with I took summer courses over the summer, so I had no opportunities to go to Pandora.
And you had blackout dates, right?
Yeah, and I was even if I didn't have blackout dates, I'm elsewhere on the earth.
You were in Spain.
in Texas.
Well, I went to Pandora for the pass holder previews before my blackout date started, so I guess I can talk about Pandora
Yeah.
briefly.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure you've seen commercials for Pandora. They are everywhere. Disney has been really hyping it. And if you have seen the highest grossing movie of all time and happen to remember it,
Without falling asleep.
Pandora looks quite a lot like actual Pandora from the movie. It's pretty cool. I've been told, but I don't know for sure because I haven't been there at night. I've been told that it's lovely at night. Literally everything is glowing. I guess they painted everything with like black light sensitive paint. So, they have the black lights that shine down, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or they're like glow in the dark. I'm a little iffy. No one has explained it to me. But it's either like black lights or glow in the dark. Like, you know, the stars that you put on your wall when you're a kid. It's basically painted in that. And so it has to be sunny before for it to work. So I guess it must be that stuff and not black lights. Please edit that out, Michelle.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But
anyway, so I've been told it's really lovely at night. There is only one restaurant, and it's quick service, but the food's pretty cool there. The desserts are awesome.
what would you recommend from the food list? Like anything recommendations?
I didn't actually eat there, but the noodles looked to die for, and they had this chocolate mousse thing.
Now you're making me hungry.
Amazing. Like, if you get there, get that chocolate mousse dessert.
I need to go now.
Because you will, like, your stomach will thank you. And so there are 2 attractions inside of Pandora. There is the Navi River Journey, which
That sounds like Jungle Cruise, but
they
not.
had some budgeting problems with it, so it's a little bit sad.
Oh, it's sad.
But if you're there and the line isn't 18 hours long, ride it. Why not? And then the other ride is Flights of Passage.
Yeah, Flights of Passage.
Flights of Passage is like, you know how we were talking about Soarin' earlier? It's like Soarin', but on steroids. If you have any desire
So that's a good thing.
enjoy riding Soarin', ride Soarin' before you set foot on Flights of Passage, because Flights of Passage is so much better.
Well, to be fair, Soarin', when it reopened how it is now, it kind of scared me, not gonna lie.
True. But Flights of Passage is an amazing attraction. It's definitely worth going to Pandora, even though Pandora is a little off the beaten path of Animal Kingdom. And of course, you
Is
exit
it
into
really
the
off
gift
that
shop.
beaten path?
You literally have to make a complete U-turn to get there, pretty much.
Really? Because when they showed it, like, with the gates and stuff, it was,
What
like,
you do
right
is-
there.
I mean, like, it's down this awkward path, and you have to, like, instead of going around the circle as you normally would, you kind of have to make a U-turn into the area. I think U-turn is the wrong word. You just have to make a pretty sharp left. Or you could wander there from this, like, 3-mile path from Africa, which I don't recommend, because the path is kind of, like, shadowy and scary, and it looks like a tiger's gonna jump out and eat you.
Interesting. I don't know what any of this looks like, so, like, it's kind of new to me.
We can put pictures on the YouTube video.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'll send you
Or on the
some.
Facebook page maybe, or both. We'll do both.
We're working on the technical end of this podcast.
Yes. But oh yeah, I forgot. I'll mention that after. Where was I? Oh yeah.
Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, Animal Kingdom.
Anything else in Animal Kingdom? Because all I remember
Oh yeah.
is Pandora.
So Flights of Passage. You said it was like Soarin', but is it worth it?
Oh yeah, it's okay. I don't personally find anything worth a 3-hour wait because I'm a spoiled brat. I have been going to Disney since I was 4. I'm currently 20. That's 16 years. That's like what? Like most of my life. What is that? 4/5 of my life. So I don't find anything that has a 3-hour wait to be worth it. But if you are someone that does not get to a lot of theme parks and you have some time to kill at Animal Kingdom, I would ride it. Also, a good thing to do is near closing, because how it works at Disney is if you are in line before closing, you will ride that ride. No matter if it's still, if it's 2 hours after the official closing time, if you are in line before that park closed officially, you're riding the ride. So it's a great thing to end your night on.
That's fair. I've never been at the parks like right before closing. I already left. Like I always leave like after the fireworks, basically. After the fireworks. So I've never been there after or riding rides. So that's an interesting tip. What are your thoughts on Animal Kingdom? What?
Staple rides.
Yeah.
Everest and Dinosaur.
Everest, Dinosaur. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it out of refurb right now? Or Dinosaur? Dinosaur was in refurb for a while, right? Or was it closed or something like that?
It shuts down a lot.
Yeah,
so they
it does
really
shut
need
down
to
a lot.
refurb it and like not let it break down every 18 minutes. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. It
If-
does break down a lot. You know,
If you like want to see like animals, you can see it. You can see the animals, and you might see Kay Panabaker. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we met Kay Panabaker.
yeah, I'm not gonna say where she works because I don't know. If you figure it out, you figure it out.
It
but
takes
we're
a
not
cursory
gonna.
Google.
Yeah, but if you figure it out, you figure it out. We're not gonna spoil anything because we don't want people rushing to Kay Panabaker.
Don't like accost her and don't be like, oh my God, Kay Panabaker. Like, it's much better. What we did was we asked her some questions about like the area she was in, which she seemed completely happy to answer until we kept asking her questions, and she noticed our age group and was probably like, I should leave these people. And
Yeah,
then she
I don't
did.
think she's probably. She doesn't like to think about her acting life. I think she's more centered around helping animals and being in Animal Kingdom and
that's
helping
fair.
people out.
But also, Kay is not her real name, and she definitely could have put a different name on her name tag.
That is
saying.
true. That is
Yeah.
true. But she does look like Kay Panabaker. If you look at Kay
But, like-
Panabaker, you're like, this is Kay Panabaker.
But like, it's only like you have to look at her, and then you have to look at her name tag to realize if she had a different name on her name tag. I don't know that people would realize it was Kay Panabaker.
I mean, I think I would, but I was just like a total Disney Channel fanatic growing up.
I'm really bad at faces, so.
That's fair. That's fair. So yeah, there's animals. Like if you're a big animal lover, like my husband Blake is, he loves animals and all things animals. So if you want to do the little trek that they've got going on, you can do that.
Kilimanjaro Safari is great to see animals.
Yeah, I was about to ask about like the safari. Like, should you? I think I've had some really interesting experiences during the safari.
Sometimes a very large animal will just lay down in the path of the car, and you'll just get stuck there. And it's actually, like, it sounds terrible, but it's pretty cool because there's just this awesome animal right there. And how, like, where else are you going to get to be, like 15 feet away from, like, a sleeping rhinoceros?
Yeah, there was this one time that giraffes just walked past us. They were going a little bit slow, but they walked past us, walked past the car. They were literally like a foot from me. Like I could, if I could, I would have reached out my hand and pet the giraffe.
Keep all hands and feet inside the vehicle.
Do you hear what they're doing with like the safari now? They're trying to put like puns and stuff into it though.
God, it's gonna be like the Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, they're trying to make it the Jungle Cruise.
It used to have this story about poaching, but then like some actual poaching happened in real life, and they were like, "How about we take this off?"
Now they're trying to find their own thing with the puns and stuff.
So now they're trying to figure out what they are as a ride, but it's still worth going on because even though the story isn't much right now, like the fact that it's got so many animals and you get so up close and personal with these really cool animals is just so worth riding the ride.
You know, and they say they give you enough time to take pictures though, but I don't think that's the case.
They do and they don't. If you're working on like a cell phone camera, like it'll be fine. If you're trying to navigate like a fancy camera, maybe not.
So, I mean, you probably won't. I don't know. Pictures. I'm getting much into photography right now.
Get a camcorder and take videos.
That's true. That's a good way to do it. What do you think, Monica? Kilimanjaro.
I haven't been on Kilimanjaro for a while, so I'm trying to think back. I don't know. I would have to visit it again.
Need an Animal Kingdom
We'll take
trip in it.
We'll take Monica to to Animal Kingdom,
And me
then
to
we'll
Epcot.
come back. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about it some
No,
more.
you need to take me to Epcot.
And then I have to take both of them to Epcot because they're so unknowledgeable about Epcot.
You took me a lot last semester.
I took you once, maybe twice. That time we went and saw Kevin Massey and Carrie Butler, and what was the other time?
Like, I think it was just a visit.
Oh, when we met up with my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. I took her twice. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta take you some more. And Michelle. Come on, Michelle. Epcot time.
I mean, I think Epcot's a good place to also meet characters because you get to meet them in the area that they're taking place.
You can meet Mulan in China. You can meet Mary Poppins and Alice in
England or UK or whatever.
Snow White in Germany.
Snow for some reason because apparently she's German now.
I think she's been
She's been German.
Elsa and Anna in Norway if you're into them.
And Aladdin and Jasmine in Morocco. Because
Aladdin
why
and
not?
Jasmine in Morocco.
Because it's Morocco, kind
It's
of.
close enough to Agrabah, which is not real.
That's the part I do like about Epcot, that you can meet the characters. I love meeting characters, honestly. And I think that's probably... I like to go to Animal Kingdom for like what they have show wise because you can't meet a lot of characters in Animal Kingdom. I
They have
think.
what? The Festival of the Lion King and the Finding Nemo musical and the Flights of Wonder, which is a bird show.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
What
No.
else?
I do believe Animal Kingdom is the only place where you can meet Pocahontas.
Oh yeah, you can meet her outside of the dinosaur area.
Yeah,
place.
when you enter the park and you turn right to head to Dinoland USA, you will see a Pocahontas meet and greet.
Yeah, so they have Pocahontas, and they probably have Minnie and Mickey somewhere. I don't know where. But there's not a lot of character
Minnie
meet
and
and
Mickey
greets.
they used to be at Camp Minnie Mickey because that existed, but then
Now it
they got
doesn't
rid
exist.
of Camp Minnie Mickey and built Pandora instead. I think it's somewhere to the left of the Tree of Life. You just have to ask any cast member. They can point you in the correct direction. That's what they're there for. Be nice to them, though.
Yeah, because they get a lot of stupid questions sometimes.
Even if it's a stupid question and you're staring at the Tree of Life and you're like, "Where's the Tree of Life?" Just be polite about it.
Fair. I think they do need to smile and be like, that's like required of them to have
They
like
have
a
to smile,
Yeah.
but you don't want to make them like screaming inside and smiling on the outside.
Okay, what about the shows? Because we have the Rivers of Light, and then we have the Tree of Life show, whatever they call it. Have you
It's
guys
tough
seen
to
it?
be a bug.
No. The tree show that
Oh,
they had.
okay,
The
the
projection.
projection show.
Yeah, the projection.
I
I don't
didn't
know what the
understand what you
official
meant.
name is for it.
True. It's like I saw it once. I think I was with you. Oh no, that was the time you left early.
Yeah, I left early.
Michelle likes to leave things early. It was really cool.
Okay then.
It was pretty cool, but like
I have a dog.
I think it was for a date. I think that's why you left, is because you went on a date.
Oh my! I have Skype dates.
Anyway, as I was saying,
Tree of Life.
Tree of Life, it's cool, but like it's definitely like they need to figure out the viewing a little better because it just creates this awkward mob. And it's a little bit hard to like get out of.
I mean, it's the first thing you see when you officially enter the park. Like, you see the Tree of Life right as you enter that area after going through the maze and networks.
If you happen to be at the Tree of Life while the projection show is going on, see it. There we go.
So you don't think it's a must-do, but if you happen upon it,
Yeah.
you can watch. You should watch it.
They try to do it so that they gather all the people so that they play that and then they just kick people out immediately.
It's kind of like the fireworks at Magic Kingdom, where after the fireworks they play the goodbye, get out music. Goodbye, get out.
Get out.
Good night kiss. That's what it's called.
Really?
Yeah, haven't you heard Jordan talking about
Well,
it?
I didn't know it had an actual name.
Yeah, it's called the It's called the Jordan.
It's called the Jordan.
One of our friends, Jordan, she
Sorry.
visits the night shows a lot. She has a lot of information about what happens at night in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, so they have the good night kiss. It's cute. They have a quote by like either Walt or Roy. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Again, I've never been to the parks at closing, so.
Okay, well, Michelle, we're going on Saturday.
What, we're staying till closing now?
We can if you haven't before. We can. Have you seen Happily Ever After?
I haven't seen Happily Ever After
We're
yet.
gonna go see Happily Ever After, and in the next episode
that's
of Real
the-
Deal Disney, we're gonna review it.
That's
That's
the new.
yeah. I think I wanted to
I've
talk about
never seen
Happily
that
Ever
one
After.
either.
Well, if you haven't seen it, we can't talk about
Well,
it.
we're not going to talk about it yet. We're going
Okay.
to talk about it after. Like, it depends who's here next week.
Okay.
But I think we're going to talk about Happily Ever After in the
In an
projection
upcoming
shows.
episode.
Yeah, in an upcoming episode. I actually want to wrap this up, after we wrap this up, I want to actually hit one more thing. The Rivers of Light. We didn't.
Oh.
We kind of jumped over
Have
that.
you seen Rivers of Light?
I've seen it twice.
Have you seen Rivers of Light,
I
Monica?
don't even know what that is.
It's a light show that they do on the pond where
It's
they
kind
have
of like Phantasmic, but lamer.
I mean, it's not lame.
It's lamer than Phantasmic.
True, but nothing can beat Phantasmic. Like, you can't.
Other Phantasmics around the world.
I don't know. I've never seen the other Phantasmics. I want to see the other Phantasmics.
One of them has Tangled, and I'm jealous. Anyway.
Okay, so Rivers of Light, you don't recommend seeing it, or?
No, because you get there, and it starts off pretty promising, and then abruptly it's just over. And you're like, but where's the finale?
Well, yeah, because they planned it so weirdly, like, where it was supposed to be, like, 30 minutes long, and they, like, cut it down to 15, I think.
It's not worth it because it doesn't feel like it's ended. Like, it just abruptly ends. You're like, oh, where's the rest? And all the lights are on, and the cast members are like, please exit this way.
Okay.
So of the nighttime things, not a recommendation. If you wanna see it really cool, ride Everest while Rivers of Light is happening.
Really?
Yeah. Do that.
Mic drop.
I think it's actually really pretty to when you ride Everest at night, like because you can see the whole entire park from
if you
Everest.
keep your eyes open, which I
always
don't.
keep it open. I'm like, look at there! Look what's over there! Like you can see the whole basically the whole entire park from Everest. I think.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the highest peak at all of the parks, 199.5 feet.
You know some facts that I do not know.
We did this in bingo last year. In
Oh,
club.
really? I wasn't in club.
It was one of the things. It was. Oh yeah, I forgot. It was one of the things where it was like, on the bingo sheet, it was a trivia fact, and it was like this attraction is the highest attraction at Disney World. Is the highest thing at Disney World, beating out the second highest thing by half a foot.
Let me guess, Tower of Terror?
Correct.
Yes. Because I'm guessing some people probably said Tower of Terror. And then, but what beats Tower of Terror? What's underneath Tower of Terror? Because like, you can't
the
really.
castle.
That's not an attraction, right? They said attraction?
No, the highest thing
the highest
is this
thing.
attraction.
Okay. That makes sense. So we've talked about everything from must-dos and what you should get. Oh, I actually wanted to go food, because I'm kind of a foodie, but not too much of a foodie to go to Epcot. But Magic Kingdom, you gotta have the Mickey bars. That's my last thing.
I mean, that's at every park. You can get a Mickey bar at
Yeah,
every
but you
park.
have to have it at Magic Kingdom.
Fair
I think
enough.
you have to have a Mickey bar. Every time I go to a park, I get a Mickey bar. Like, that's just my thing, because I love those Mickey bars to death. But Magic Kingdom, that's the
Personally,
place.
I'm more of a Mickey ice cream sandwich. Monica, what do you think?
Mickey bar.
Oh, yeah.
Fair
Mickey
enough.
bar is the best. That or popcorn. I either get that or popcorn. I don't think I've ever had the sandwiches, but I like the Mickey bars.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, so that's it for our must-dos of Disney. If you want to check us out, we're going to do a weekly, hopefully, series. We're just of everything, all things Disney. So if you want to tune in next time, I'll be joining us, hopefully with some other people, wonderful people. All of our friends will hopefully join along in this wonderful podcast. But thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank my little guests here. I also wanted to thank Ayla and Zach. They've been helping out me out a lot with creating Everything Real Deal.
Visit our Tumblr.
She managed all the websites that we have from Facebook to Tumblr, and I a little bit worked on the Twitter, but I don't know.
How to Twitter, but I am very skilled with Tumblr and Facebook.
Yeah, she helped out with the Tumblr and Twitter, and then Zach back, he helped out with all of the artwork that you will see on the sites.
Lovely artwork, definitely.
So yeah, they're awesome. I might put their links to whatever they want to be followed by or
Come
anything
say
like
hi
that.
on Tumblr to us. We'll be happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, and if you
or
guys
comments.
have any like recommendations and what other episodes we should do, definitely comment. Since
Send
this
us
is
an
a,
ask.
Yeah, this is a YouTube video. You can also comment down below. We're probably more likely to check asks than we are comments. I don't know. It depends how the whole thing rambles out. But thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been wonderful, guys, having you guys, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye.
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 Just that little bye.
Bye.